Okay, so let's look at the results from day 3 of the qualifiers for World's Strongest Man 2022. Not as exciting as day 2, personally, I think, but still a good day. The winner for Group 1 was Tom Stoltman, kind of inevitable. I saw that coming. He didn't have to do barely anything. It didn't matter if he finished dead last in the wrecking ball hold. He was still through without having to do the stone off. So Kevin Fairs won with 1 minute and 35.18. That's a very good time. Great to see Andy Black second with a very good time. And we got Gabriel Rayon third place. He needed the points. And Manuel, great to see him not dead last in the event. So I'm happy for him there. And Smog Stellus, this event didn't quite go to plan. I thought he'd do better than this, actually, just under 1 minute. So who went through to the stone off? It was Gabriel and Kevin. So the winner was, as you can see, 6 stones. Gabriel Rayon, he goes through to the finals. A bit surprising, actually. I really thought Kevin would have won the stone off. But that's not the case, so that's 3 Canadians through to the finals, which is very impressive. I think that's the first time since 2002, which is impressive. And if JF Caron didn't have that terrible injury that he got at the Arnolds this year, he possibly would have been a finalist as well. So we could have seen 4 Canadians in the finals. So let's move on to Group 2. So the winner from Group 2 was the rising star, the rookie, Mitchell Hooper. Fantastic performance from Mitchell. All events, he's gone from a possible finalist to a possible podium finisher. He's not getting too ahead of himself. He's a very confident young man. He's very, very confident, actually. But at the same time, he's keeping level-headed. You know, he'll be happy with 7th. I believe that's what he said at World's Strongest Man finals. He'd be okay with 7th. He knows what he can do. He knows he could potentially be on the podium as well, but he'll be happy with 7th if that's the case. So I guess that's kind of what he's aiming for. Anything better would be a bonus. So let's have a look at Group 2. Let's see how the results for the wrecking ball hold went. No surprise, Mark Felix absolutely dominated. 2 minutes and 20.49 seconds. How is that even humanly possible? Mark Felix has humongous hands, incredible grip strength at 56 years of age. The guy can fold a frying pan like a piece of paper. Bobby Thompson second. I was expecting him to do well in this event. 1 minute 21.33 seconds. However, I thought Brian would be second in this event. I knew Mark would win it without a shadow of a doubt. And I knew he'd have the best time overall, which I think he has. But I was surprised to see Brian got third in this event. But, you know, that's Brian. You never know these days. Konstantin Janashia did well, fourth. Gabriel Pena just under 1 minute. And then Mitchell Hooper did exactly what he said he would do. Just go out, lift it, and drop it. He didn't need to do any more. Just the same as what Tom Stoltman did. I'm sure he could have set a blistering time if he needed to. But, you know, save your energy. Don't do anything you don't need to. So it was Bobby Thompson and Brian Shaw who went through to the stone off. There was controversy over this. Because as you can see from the results, Brian got 1 stone. Bobby couldn't even make 1 stone. He couldn't even get it back. Now, Brian Shaw is a bit of a mad scientist when it comes to strongman. He has these 10 tackies laid out, the Atlas Stone tacky, all lined up, 10 different styles. He's got the thermometer in there, measuring the humidity levels. He's like a mad scientist when it comes to strongman. He never forgets nothing. No small detail is missed when it comes to Brian Shaw and preparation. He was prepared for this event. I don't think Bobby Thompson was prepared for it. He had the wrong tacky. Wasn't prepared for the stone, the heat, the humidity, and unfortunately he couldn't get the stone up and back over to Brian Shaw within the time limit. He looked like he was a little bit pissed off when obviously I've seen what happened, but I can't post it. He looked very pissed off, actually. Like it was wet. He kept saying the stone it's wet. It's like it's got water on it. What's happened to the stone? So he was kind of looking at Brian with this pretty menacing look. Some perceived that as Bobby insinuating that Brian had somehow meddled with the stone. as a way to kind of cheat, but that's absolutely 150% not the case. That wasn't what Bobby was saying, and Brian Shaw did not sabotage the Atlas stone for Bobby. It was a matter of that Bobby got the wrong tacky. It was his mistake, his fault, full stop. And he said that on social media. He wanted to back that up and say, Brian is the GOAT, and it's situations like this is why he's so dominant, because he never misses anything. He's never comes to World's Strongest Man with unprepared or lacking in anything. He's always prepared for everything. So I just wanted to clear that up for the record. There was no allegations of cheating from Brian Shaw on this event. Brian won, full stop. So that's Brian Shaw through to the finals, and Bobby Thompson out. Now Group 3, the winner was Alexei Novikov, kind of a given, even though this was a really tough group. I had a gut feeling that Alexei would make it through to the finals, no problem. So Trey Mitchell did very well with a good time, 2 minutes, over 2 minutes, fantastic. I think that's the second best time of the day. He's got a fantastic grip strength, so I'm not surprised to see him win. Mika Toro, brilliant job from Mika, 1 minute and 53 seconds. And good old Gregor Szymanski, back to strongman after battling with cancer to get P3. What a great showing. Alexei, then Adam, then Rob Kearney last, but I kind of, from watching some backstage clips and listening to Rob Kearney, I don't think he was very confident with this event going in. So I think he knew that this event would not go to plan, but he got over 1 minute, which is still a really good time. And that just goes to show how tough this group is. It's a really tough group. If he was in one of the easier groups, he would have been further up in the standings on the Wrecking Ball hold. But that meant that Trey Mitchell and Adam Bishop would go through to the stone off, which was a great shame for Adam because Trey is an excellent stone lifter. So it was pretty much game over from the get-go. I knew Trey Mitchell would win this. I really didn't see him not winning it, but I really thought that Trey Mitchell would walk all over Adam, but Adam put up an incredible fight, both 11 stones. Wow, that's amazing. So impressive. But Trey had the edge, which means he goes through to the finals and Adam doesn't, which is a shame for him. I feel for him. Really do. He put a lot of effort into training this year. Now, the GOAT, Martins Lisis, won his group like I kind of expected he would. Very impressive performance from him. The Wrecking Ball hold, we have Maxime Boudreau won it with a pretty good time. Pavlo Kordiaka not far off, 1 minute 31, so very close. A good performance from Pavlo. Martins Lisis did what he needed to do just to play it safe. That's what he said backstage. He could have gone out there and done less, done the same as the Group 1, Group 2 athletes, but he still wanted to put in a good performance just to be safe, just to make sure he was 100% through to the finals. Could have done better if he needed to. Nesmin 4th and Gavin Bilton 5th. Now, Gavin Bilton has put on a great showing this year. A lot of criticism targeted at Gavin and his fitness, his endurance, and does he actually belong at World's Strongest Man? Does he deserve it? Well, he's proven that he does deserve to be at World's Strongest Man. A fantastic performance this year at qualifying. I'm sure he knows what he needs to do when he goes away, goes back to the gym, gets back into training mode. He knows areas where he can improve upon, and I'm sure we'll see him at World's Strongest Man next year and he'll be even better. So that's my thoughts on Gavin Bilton. Fantastic effort from him. So let's move on to the 5th and final group. Sorry, my apologies. Let's talk about the stone off. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. So excited for the finals. I'm skipping events. So Maxime Boudreau, 10 stones. Pavlo Kordiaka, 10 stones. Now, unfortunately, Pavlo was unlucky to face Maxime on this. He's a brilliant stone lifter, just like Trey, just like Brian. But as you can see, both guys got 10 stones. He put up a great fight, Pavlo. Clearly he was absolutely determined to make it to the final for many reasons, and considering the hellish journey he had to try and get to Sacramento. He went from Ukraine to Poland, Poland to Germany, Germany to the USA, and then a 3-hour drive to Sacramento. So most people just from that journey alone would be wrecked, absolutely wrecked. But he persevered. He made it to the last event, the Stone Off, gave it his best. But Maxime was the winner. So now we can talk about Group 5. Let's move on. So Group 5, the winner was Luke Stoltman. I get them confused. I don't know why. Luke Stoltman. So that was kind of inevitable, especially when Evan Singleton, started having issues. That was kind of game over. But Evan Singleton, now in the last video, I said he'd pulled out, and then he's back. I mean, this guy's like a yo-yo, up and down. He's back, he's in, he's out, he's in. So, and not only did he come back, he finished second. He put in a great performance. So Kelvin de Ruyter, 1 minute 45. That's a very good time, actually. Evan Singleton, good job. Is it Ethor or Ithor? If anyone who's Scandinavian there, listening to this video from Iceland or somewhere in Scandinavia, how do you pronounce that name? You see, I look at it and I think it's Ithor, but I hear a lot of people saying Ethor, so I'm going to say Ithor Melchted. So anyway, that's just another thing. 1 minute and 3, not a bad time. Coco, 1 minute, good performance from him this year, fantastic performance actually. Kim under 1 minute, not the best time, and Luke didn't even need to do anything. He was already through, so that was the end of that. Right, let's have a look at the Stone Off. Let's see how this all went down. So I'm going to continue saying Ithor until someone corrects me. 5 stones and Coco 5 stones. I thought he's a very good stone lifter, so I kind of thought if it came down to the stones, he would do very well at this event. But both guys got 5 stones. Just clearly, I thought was the better guy on the day. But the stones were difficult this year. I mean, Sacramento this time of the year is fucking boiling hot. What a stupid place to put on the World's Strongest Man. It's so humid, so hot. So a lot of athletes were struggling with the tacky and the heat and the humidity. So that played a part in determining who came away the winner of this Stone Off. But nonetheless, anyway, so we now know the finalists, which is good. Finally we know the finalists. So this was my predictions on the 26th, so yesterday. The definites there, I got all of those right, for sure. I knew that was going to be the case. Now on the last 5, I got Brian Shaw, I got Trey Mitchell, Maxine. Now again, Kevin, I really thought it was the Stone Off. I knew he'd have to go to the Stone Off, but I didn't think Gabriel would beat him. Yikes, got that one wrong. But I thought Melch did. I said he would make it through, especially after all the problems that Evan Singleton has had. So I was close, 9 out of 10, I believe there. So not a bad effort. I was pretty close. I think I even with the wildcard predictions, I was spot on there. So I know my stuff. I'm pretty good at predicting these things. I'm quite happy with my predictions. So we know the finalists now. There they are. Now, if anyone was to ask me who's my favourite for this year's World's Strongest Man, I'm going to say Martins Licis. That's my opinion. You can agree with that. You can disagree with that. Entirely up to you. It's your prerogative. He's my favourite for winning World's Strongest Man 2022. I then believe Alexei Novikov will finish 2nd, Tom Stoltman 3rd, Mitchell Hooper 4th, Brian Shaw 5th. And those are my top 5. I'm not going to predict the other 5 because that's just a bit too difficult. So I'm really looking forward to the finals. I really honestly am. I'm buzzing for it. What a great lineup we're looking at here. It's going to be an epic finals. Now I really like the finals events. I agree with Brian Shaw on this. I wasn't too keen on the qualifier events, but I really like the final events. They look really good. We got the truck pull back again. Really love the truck pull. Happy to see that back. I think the last time we saw that was 2018. And that sort of event would suit someone like Brian Shaw. And we've got the power stairs. Another fantastic event. Great to see that on the lineup. Now that's going to be interesting because we haven't seen that event since 2015 at World's Strongest Man. So it's been a long time. The only person who's ever done it in this lineup is Brian Shaw at World's Strongest Man. Now, it was at Europe's Strongest Man, so Alexei has done it already. And we've got the behind the neck press, the Flintstone press, which will be really cool. That's a new one we haven't seen since, what, 95 or 1997, one of those. So it's a returning event, a classic, and we got the Atlas Stones, got the deadlift. So it's going to be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to it. So let me know what your predictions are for the finals. Who do you think is going to be the top 5? Who do you think is going to be crowned World's Strongest Man 2022? Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe, because I'm going to do a review every day on all the events and what's going on. So thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up. Have a great day. Enjoy World's Strongest Man.